There's a moment when your silence doesn't work. You step back, hoping they will notice your absence, but they don't. You stop chasing, thinking they'll come running, but they stay distant. You remain silent, expecting them to wonder, to question, to feel that void. But they don't. Instead, they carry on as if nothing happened. No message, no reaction, no sign of missing you. What now? Most people believe silence is the ultimate power move, and often it is. When used correctly, silence shifts the dynamic, forces people to reflect, and makes them realize your value. But what if they don't? What if your absence doesn't create longing, but instead confirms their detachment? This is where most people break. They panic, second-guess themselves and think, maybe I should reach out. Maybe I should explain myself. Maybe they didn't notice, and I should make them notice. And in that very moment, they lose all the power their silence was supposed to build. But a Stoic does not chase. A Stoic does not crumble under indifference. A Stoic understands that silence is only the first move, but when it doesn't work, a new strategy must take its place. Not out of desperation, but out of control. Today, we're diving deep into what Stoicism teaches about handling this moment with strength, not weakness. Because if they don't care that you're gone, it's time to make them regret ever taking you for granted. Welcome back to Mindful Stoicism. If you've ever gone silent and they didn't react the way you wanted, stay with me, because this video will change the way you handle relationships forever. 1. Understanding why silence fails. Silence is often seen as the ultimate power move. It creates mystery, forces reflection, and makes the other person feel your absence. But sometimes it fails. Why? Because silence by itself is not enough. It only works when the other person is emotionally invested. If your silence isn't working, it usually means one of three things. They don't care enough to notice. When someone is deeply attached, your absence triggers an emotional response. But if they are indifferent or have already moved on, your silence is just background noise. They aren't feeling the void because they were never truly present in the first place. They know you'll come back. If you have a history of always returning, they won't take your silence seriously. Instead of feeling your absence, they assume it's temporary. They might even see it as a game won, where they know you'll eventually reach out. In this case, your silence is powerless because it's predictable. They've already emotionally detached. Sometimes, silence doesn't work because the other person has already checked out mentally and emotionally. If they've lost attraction, respect, or interest, your absence won't create longing. It will only confirm their decision. Most people, when faced with this situation, react emotionally. They break their silence, reach out, and try to force a reaction. But a Stoic sees this as an opportunity to regain control. Silence is a test. If they don't react, you now have your answer. And instead of wasting time waiting for them, it's time to shift your energy elsewhere. The real power move is knowing what to do next. 2. What to do next? The Stoic approach. When silence fails, the weak panic, but the Stoic adapts. This is where most people make their biggest mistake. They assume their silence was a failure and immediately react. They send a message, post something attention-seeking, or try to accidentally run into the person. And just like that, all their power is gone. A Stoic, however, understands that silence is just the first phase. If it doesn't work, you don't chase, you shift the dynamic completely. You make them feel your absence not through waiting, but through transformation. Here's how. Stop waiting, start moving. If they haven't noticed your silence, take that as a blessing. It means you have no more obligations to them. No more waiting for a text. No more analyzing their actions. No more lingering thoughts about their reaction. You stop hoping and you start evolving. Most people stay emotionally stuck, waiting for an outcome that may never come. But a Stoic moves forward with or without them. Become the source, not the seeker. Silence is a passive move, but power is active. Instead of lingering in limbo, level up. Strengthen your mind, body, and purpose. Engage in new experiences. Cultivate an energy that makes people wonder what's changed. When you radiate power, people can't ignore you. Even if they do, someone else won't. Reverse their expectation. If they expected you to chase, do the opposite. If they thought you'd wait, move on faster than they imagined. Scarcity creates desire. When they finally notice your silence, make sure you're no longer there to entertain them. A Stoic does not react. A Stoic becomes the one they regret losing. Become the source, not the seeker. Silence is a passive. Power is active. Instead of staying in limbo, build yourself up. When you become the source of attraction, you force people to notice. Level up your physical, mental, and emotional strength. Be seen in places of value. Elevate your mindset. Turn cold detachment into focused growth. When you radiate power, they can't ignore you. Even if they do, someone else won't. 3. Reverse their expectation. One of the most powerful things you can do in any relationship, whether romantic, personal, or professional, is to reverse their expectations. When you allow someone to predict your behavior, they gain power over you. And when they expect you to chase, to bend to their will, or to beg for attention, they hold the upper hand. But if you take a step back and flip the script, you shift that power dynamic completely. This concept isn't just about ignoring someone or playing hard to get. It's about creating a scenario where you are no longer predictable. People by nature expect consistency. They expect patterns. They anticipate how you'll react, how you'll behave, and how much you'll give. But what if, instead of following that pattern, you break free? When you stop playing by their rules, they no longer know how to engage with you. If they think they can ignore you and you simply stay quiet, they expect you to crumble, but you won't. Instead, you get busier. You don't wait for their validation. You focus on your goals, your personal growth, and your ambitions. When they think they have all the time in the world to get back to you, you're moving on with or without them. The key here is indifference. Not the cold, distant kind that makes you seem emotionless, but the empowered kind that says, I value myself too much to play the waiting game. So, the next time they expect you to reach out or chase after them, do the opposite. You've already shown that you're not easily swayed by their actions, but now it's time to take it a step further. Become unpredictable. Do not let them anticipate your next move. When they think they know exactly how you'll react, whether it's a message, a phone call, or some form of pursuit, prove them wrong. Becoming unpredictable isn't about playing games or seeking attention. It's about showing them that you've mastered control over your emotions, actions, and reactions. When they realize they can't manipulate your behavior, they lose the ability to dictate the terms of your relationship. Instead of constantly chasing or trying to win them over, you become the one they must earn. When you stop chasing, the roles reverse, and they'll eventually be the ones left questioning, wondering, and perhaps even chasing you. Silence is a powerful tool, but it's not the final solution. True power is found in how you react when silence fails. Most people would break at this point, panic, feel rejected, or doubt their worth. But you won't. Instead of succumbing to these impulses, you'll stand firm. You won't chase. You won't explain. You won't beg for validation. And when they finally come around, you will have already moved forward, and you'll realize that you never needed their validation in the first place. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever gone silent and they didn't react? What did you do next? Let's discuss in the comments below. And if you found this video valuable, don't forget to subscribe for more Stoic insights that will keep you in control, always.